You're now listening to Box Power Sound. We're right back here on Box Power Sound, and we got Ramriddlz in the building. We're about to get into this exclusive interview with him, and I got my girl DJ Killa Kels with me.
Just taking
and we're
some
gonna
shots.
talk to him and pick his brain, and get that tea. Talk to him about everything that he's got going on, his new music, new projects. So everybody, please welcome Ramriddlz, a.k.a. Sweeterman.
Yo.
Welcome to Box Power Sound.
Jeez, it's a pleasure.
Good to have you here, man. During times like this,
Happy to
it's
be
cold
here.
as fuck, and you came out. I appreciate it. But yeah, congratulations on everything you got going on, your new music and everything. Just gonna get some more shots poured up.
Yeah. We got to get him liquored up.
Yes, they
This
can.
is what I do. I get the people liquored up, and then
that's
the
yours.
tea gets
No, I was
spilled.
pouring it up for them, Mom.
Oh, so she
It's
doesn't
just-
see any of your videos.
This is just tea, right?
Yeah,
It
it's
is tea.
green tea.
It's iced tea.
And we're gonna be spilling that tea. But
Yes,
you mean
tea.
to tell me your mom doesn't see any of your shit? Your videos are
I didn't say that.
crazy. Okay, so
So
you can take a
so
little
she
shot.
sees it all,
Okay.
but she doesn't like what she sees.
Okay.
Are you a mama's boy?
Yeah.
I
100%.
did see a video with him and
200%.
his
So
mom.
she
It was
kind of
cute.
also turns a blind eye.
We all our moms do, I think.
Not mine.
Oh,
Jesus.
mine. Oh, my
She's
mom.
like, she goes, I see all these things. And she's like, I can't show my friends.
Oh no.
Okay.
She's like, why can't you
Wow.
do something so I can show my friends?
Yeah, she wants to
sounds like
show
my
you.
mom. That sounds
That
like
sounds
my
pretty
mom.
accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get right into this interview. Where did you get the name Ramriddlz? Where did it derive from?
Riddles. So, pretty much it was just my Instagram name at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And
You gave
Why
that was
though?
it.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know
why?
I don't know how or like
But
why?
does Ram come from your like government
Ram.
name?
Like Ram is from my real name.
Okay.
Okay.
That
Ram,
makes
my
sense.
name is Rami,
Got it.
Okay.
and
Got
then
it.
so I just took.
I know a
that.
couple Rammies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
so
that? What's your background?
Yeah.
Culture
So
and
Is
ethnicity?
it Egyptian descent?
Egyptian. Yeah.
Nice.
I was gonna lie, but you
can't
said
lie.
it. You said it.
Anybody who follows you sees you with those pyramids.
I was gonna be like half Filipino, half Jamaican. You know?
I'm dead.
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that a little bit later.
I'm honorary Filipino.
Yeah, she gets it all the time. Are you originally from Mississauga? Is that where
Yeah.
you're from?
Yeah. Saga.
Saga City.
Saga.
West
Yeah.
side.
What's going on
Claim
over
it as
there?
the best side.
I
don't know
know.
what's going
I
on
know.
in
I claim
Mississauga.
I only like Saga because it's in the West. But
Yeah. Saga's just the best place to be.
is it?
Is it really?
Sweeter side.
Why?
I definitely appreciate Saga for what it
Sweeter.
What
is.
do you guys do over there?
I appreciate Mississauga for what it is. So shout out to everybody who's listening from Mississauga.
Yeah, it's just the greatest place on earth.
I wouldn't say that, but
I still don't know why.
I appreciate it
Just
for
the
what it
happiest.
is.
Just the happiest place on earth.
Okay.
Just happy there all the time.
It's a good time. You know what's so funny though? When I was in elementary, grade 8, I used to take the bus.
Gee, shout out to grade
I
8.
used to take the bus to.
It's a good time.
Grade 8 was the craziest time.
It was weird, but I
Grade
used to take the
8.
bus all the way to the terminal at Square One.
Oh, so you
and
grew up
just
in
hang
Saga
out.
too?
No, I'm from Toronto. I'm from Esplanade,
Okay.
but I used to take the bus there and hang out at the bus terminal
Yeah.
at
Jeez,
Square One.
you're a mall rat?
It was weird.
I
Yeah.
was a mall rat too.
I
back in
can't
the day.
say that
grade
I was
8.
happy
Everybody
about
was
it,
a mall rat.
you know, but I was 13, so I was making the wrong decisions.
You're
at
up
an
to no
early
good.
age.
You're up to no good at Square
Should
One.
never tell
Oh
the
my
whole
God.
story. But yeah.
So let's talk
grew
about
up.
your.
You grew up in Mississauga. You're saying
Yeah.
like you've always been from Mississauga.
I
Okay.
grew
Yeah.
up- I grew up in Mississauga still.
Okay. So let's talk about your music and your sound. You've always had a very unique sound. Would you say that your music has more of a Middle Eastern influence or a Caribbean? Because I hear both.
You hear a little bit of both you're
A
saying.
little bit of both, but
Yo,
you
pretty
also
much.
use
I just like what I like, you know? And I just put it in the music.
you put it in music.
But yeah,
it does-
definitely around like 2015, like I was listening to a lot of like Caribbean music for sure.
Right.
And that definitely played a big part.
That's cool because then it just blended in with your Middle Eastern
Mhm.
influence, like that natural Middle Eastern vibe. But I definitely hear that in your music. Were you in the studio and you were just kind of experimenting with the sounds and you're like, yeah, this works. This is gonna this is gonna do
like,
numbers?
Like you're talking about the dancehall shit or what?
Just any music when you first started. So
yeah, like I was just like making noises and shit, and like I was like, damn, sounds kind of nice.
It's kind of dope. It was.
I got like, to be honest, after the first time I made a song, like I listened to it back and like I got some goosebumps, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, like I didn't even know I could do that.
Yeah.
And after that, it was like shit. Like I just like it was a hobby, you know? Like I just enjoyed doing it.
Really? And how long ago was that? Like
that was in 2014. 2014, like 2015 maybe. Like,
really?
Yeah.
You're okay. So you're mad young. Do you still work with that same engineer, producer?
From that first song, nah.
Okay.
But
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sweeterman, that's actually how I heard of you. That's how I believe she heard of you. That was a big introduction for you to the music world. That propelled your music career. And who wrote and produced that song?
Yeah, so that was written by me. And
nice.
One of my friends probably wrote like a 1-2 bar, like, you know?
Yeah.
Just in the studio. But primarily, like, I was just like taking some shower one day and like I just heard it in my head, like, girl, I know you wanna.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, like I keep hearing that.
The shower is where it's at. It's where all the thoughts come.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what happened. And then
oh, that's dope.
just kind of like,
and
just, yeah.
Did you know that it would get the reception that it did?
Like I was just having fun. Like I didn't expect anything, you know? It's just like, it was almost like a school project, except not school. It's just like a project, you know?
So you were in the shower, you came up with this melody that sounded nice, and then you hit up your producer and said, you know what, I want to get in the studio.
No, like I didn't have a producer. Like I just, like a friend of a friend at the time was just like like he was making tracks, whatever. And like there was a break, you know? And I was like, yo, like, what do you think about this? Like I just sang him the thing and he's like, yo, like, it's all right. I was like, yo, you want to try and make a beat? And he's like, sure. And like, he made the beat in literally like 2 minutes.
Wow.
Sick.
He's like, brr, brr. Like, you know, he made the track and I was like, jeez.
So who's that producer for everybody?
So his name is J-Man.
J-Man?
J-Man, yeah.
J-Man. And you still work with him today?
Nah, like after
Just
that was record? Like the only track.
Yeah. Well, he did good.
Yeah.
He did good.
Yeah.
So tell us about how that came about, because Drake, obviously, he remixed that song. But now that you're talking about that producer, you never really worked with him after. Tell us about how that remix came about and what happened with that producer, because did he get his credits for it, that type of stuff, because that song blew up from Drake putting his little version onto it.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
So this is a 2-part question?
Yeah. The first part is, how did the Drake remix come about?
Okay, so pretty much what happened was I made the song, whatever. And I guess he heard it, whatever. And I guess he liked it, you know?
Yeah.
And then I guess he remixed it.
He like reached out to you and was like,
yeah, like that happened, and then I was like, damn, like it's pretty sick.
Right.
You know, like
no, it's probably super exciting. Like,
of course.
Yeah.
Like, how did that feel?
Yeah, it's like the goat, you know, and then he's
crazy.
seen like he's like the ram, you know? He's like, damn.
So did he reach out like via DM, or he got through to your management and just said, yo,
whatever how it happened, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like
remember?
yeah. Like it just happened somehow, you know?
Yeah.
And then
So he didn't even put his own twist on it. It's literally
he's like, yo,
how you wrote it.
He's like, this is saucy. He's like, and I was like, yeah.
It is super saucy.
And then he's like, yo, it was pretty funny though. First time I met him, like I definitely didn't know how to act, you know?
Yeah.
Cause like at the time, like I'm just some kid in university, you know, like fucking
The biggest rapper.
Yeah, like
is
in that
coming
time,
in.
like I was literally like going back and forth to school and shit, like listening to Drake. Like Nothing Was the Same at the time was like out, and like I was listening to the album like every single day, like just, you know. And then like whatever, like I fucking meet him like in that same year, you know.
And he loves your shit.
And then like I didn't know like how to act, you know? I was like, like, do I should be cool? Like like, you know, I didn't know how to act. And then he's like, yo, I'm a big fan and shit. And I was like, yo, like, I noticed, you know? Mm-hmm. And like, I probably came off as a dickhead, you know? Like, I just didn't know how to act, you know?
Right.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, what you been up to? And I'm like, you know, just making classics and shit. Even though, like, I only had, like, 2 songs or whatever at the time.
Right.
But, yeah, no, it's definitely cool, like, that he reached out, like, you know, besides that, like, I don't think I would have pursued music, to be honest. Like,
really?
Yeah, like, it was just a one and done, you know?
Well, that did go very far. But when it came to the remix, was it out there as a Ramriddlz featuring Drake remix? Because from what I knew, it was like Drake had his own Sweeterman.
Yeah, it was more like
your own song.
It was more like a cover, you know?
Okay, so was it kind of like you almost like got a placement with Drake, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest, but yeah.
It seemed a little bit more like that because...
What do you mean placement?
Placement, like if you were to write a record and write the whole thing and produce the whole song, and then you place it with an artist or a label, and then they record and put that song out as their own. Okay. Right? So it's almost like that's how that song came.
But it was
we knew that he was on it, right?
But like my song still existed, you know?
It did. But when Drake put it out, it was just Drake Sweeterman.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
I didn't see remix. I didn't see one with you mixed in with it, right? So how else did you benefit? Aside from it propelling your career, obviously having that Drake co-sign is huge and whatever. How else did you benefit from that song?
Well, it definitely just gave me a career, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, shit, like, I could probably do this, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, this guy likes it. Like, I wonder who else is gonna like it.
So you didn't think let's do a music video together just so you're with him and that would.
Well, definitely. You know, I was like, yo, like, let's hear this version with both of us on it. You know.
Yeah.
In class, these guys are like, oh, like, we tried it. Like, it didn't sound good. You know.
Really?
But you said you were. It's from what you're saying. It sounds like you were pretty new at music because you said that you didn't know if you were going to continue with music.
Yeah,
so
no,
like, where did you start? Like just before Sweeterman, you said
I
you came up with that
like
in the
that
shower.
was the first song. You know, like I made that Sweeterman song, and like
that's dope.
I probably I made that track, and then probably like almost a year went by. Mm-hmm. And then like in that year, like I made a music video, and like in that whole year, like I didn't touch music or think about it.
Right.
And then like I dropped the music, and then like that video, and that same week, like
that's when you got hit up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's dope.
But
so before that song, you weren't making music.
I wasn't
nothing.
even thinking about music, but like it was a blessing, low key, because like I got kicked out of school and shit at the time. Like like I wasn't doing too good.
What are you doing to your mother?
Yeah, like I wasn't doing too good in school, you know. Mm-hmm. And then you know, my parents weren't happy, whatever. And then
so you're like,
the music thing just kind of took off like at the same time. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll just do this.
And they believed in you.
And I was just like, at the time, like seeing like, more like money or like just from doing shows and shit than I've ever seen before. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this.
There's a number of artists that really like. Not to say that you know you shouldn't continue school.
The whole Jersey situation was definitely a big blessing for sure.
Dope.
Yeah.
I thought you were actually gonna get signed to OVO. Was that something that could have been on the table at the time? Potentially getting signed to OVO?
Nah.
No, it was just doing the remix, really?
Yeah, it was maybe like for like writing and shit, but like
right.
I wasn't really like.
It was that one opportunity.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking like that those days, you know.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is you continued to just push after that, and you've done a lot of crazy marketing that I've noticed. The pineapple specifically, and you're wearing a pineapple shirt right now,
and the chain,
and a chain,
and the chain.
So, what is pineapple? It represents being sweet.
Yeah, it's just about
She's a part of, so does it represent being sweet?
She's like living the sweet life, you know?
Okay.
It's like this world's bare fucked up, you know? It's like,
yeah,
it gets you down, you know? It's easy to be salty and shit, but
for sure.
just try to stay up.
No
try
doubt.
to stay healthy, you know?
No
Make
doubt.
good life choices.
And be a sweeter man for the sweeter things.
Exactly.
So, let's listen to Sweeterman. This is a classic record. We're going to play it for everybody who's listening. A classic record. We're going to go with the original Sweeterman right here on Box Power Sound, exclusively on Cay Radio. We'll get you to introduce it.
Sweeter, man. Sweeter, M-A-N. Yeah.